Behind the rise of the Republic's clone army lies a secret, and at its heart is Jango Fett. This once-forgotten orphan from Concord Dawn didn't just stumble into galactic history. The Sith chose him, not by chance, but by design. What did they see in Jango Fett that made him the ideal blueprint for their army, and how did his decision forever alter the course of the galaxy? While many know Jango Fett as the lethal bounty hunter clad in Mandalorian armor, few understand the deeper story of how he came to galactic prominence. From his humble beginnings on Concord Dawn to the moment Darth Tyranus, better known as Count Dooku, chose him as the template for the Republic's clone army, Fett's journey is one of cunning, survival, and unmatched skill. Jango Fett wasn't born into privilege. His origins on Concord Dawn, a Mandalorian colony world ravaged by war, were bleak. When his parents were murdered in a violent conflict, Jango was orphaned, but fate had other plans. Taken in as a Mandalorian foundling, Jango grew into a prodigy. Under the mentorship of the Mandalorians, he mastered unarmed combat and battlefield tactics. The brutal Mandalorian civil wars transformed him from an orphan into a legendary warrior in a culture of warriors. But there was something more behind his cold, calculating demeanor, something personal, something that would later reveal itself in the form of a single request: a clone. After the Mandalorian civil wars ended, Jango left his people behind, earning a reputation in the galaxy's underworld as a bounty hunter, climbing the ranks until he became the greatest of them all. Jango formed partnerships with some of the galaxy's most notorious figures, including Zam Wesell, Aurra Sing, and Hondo Ohnaka. But perhaps his most daring feat came on the prison moon of Uvo 4. It was there that he stole a Firespray 31 starship, which he renamed Slave 1, and transformed it into one of the deadliest ships in the galaxy. Jango's success wasn't just a matter of skill, it was strategy and adaptation, and that's what caught the attention of far more dangerous players in the galaxy: the Sith. Jango was approached by Darth Tyranus, who had been tasked with finding the perfect template for a clone army. This wasn't just any army, it would be the Grand Army of the Republic, an army designed to tip the balance of the galaxy in favor of the Sith's ultimate plan. Tyranus arranged a deadly competition to find the galaxy's greatest warrior. Jango Fett emerged victorious. On the moons of Bogdan, Tyranus offered Fett a proposition: 20 million credits in exchange for his genetic template. But Jango wanted something more, something personal, an unaltered clone, a son. For Jango, the clone army wasn't just a payday, it was a legacy. The 20 million credits were significant, but they paled in comparison to his true request: Boba Fett. This unaltered clone was more than a replication. He was Jango's chance to pass on everything he had learned, from his combat skills to his code of survival. Boba wasn't just a clone, he was Jango's heir. But did Jango understand the full weight of his decision? The clone army that bore his face would serve the Republic during the Clone Wars, but its true loyalty was never to the Republic, it was always to the Sith. In the end, Jango Fett's role in galactic history wasn't just about the credits or the war. It was about survival. It was about ensuring that his legacy lived on, not only through the clone army, but through Boba. In a galaxy that thrived on chaos, Jango made sure that his name and his face would never be forgotten. And though his story ended at the Battle of Geonosis, his impact echoed across the galaxy, long after his death. Do you think Jango Fett's greatest achievement was the creation of the clone army, or was it something far more personal? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and as always, may the dark side be with you.